What's going on, leaders? It's your boy Sinatra here with another video. We got a big weekend of sports coming up today. So what we're going to be talking about right now, and if you see me with the same outfit from the last video, is because I'm recording in the same day as I am going somewhere this weekend. So I want to make sure we get some content for you guys. We are talking about the UFC 329, as you guys can tell from the thumbnail and video description. But yeah, we're going to talk about our predictions on who we think is going to win those fights. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. This UFC card is stacked. People are saying that this is going to be a better card than the UFC event. Honestly, I don't have any room to disagree with that. When we look at the early prelims, you have Tracy Cortez fighting versus Wayne Kong. Yeah, Tracy Cortez fight. I mean, she's the main fight on the early prelims, but still, it's just like that's the capacity of which the caliber of fighters are fighting this weekend at UFC 329 in Vegas. I do have Tracy Cortez winning that. Even though Wayne Kong only has one loss, Tracy Cortez, that's my gal, and she's kind of sexy, so I'm gonna have to hop on the stream for an interview. Bye. I'm just saying. All right, first fight of the prelim card. That's where we'll be starting, and then we'll be working from the lowest fight on the prelim card up until the main event being Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. And our predictions. I'm gonna go. All right, so first guy we have Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka. Kai Kamaka's record is 19-7 with one draw. Luke Riley is 13-0. Luke Riley is buddies with Paddypimblett and does fight out the same camp as him. Again, 13-0 undefeated. I'm going to show you guys so you can see. All right, let's take a look. Luke Riley, 27. Kai Kamaka, 31. Luke, 2 inches taller. Same reach. That height's hard, right? Because same reach, the guy has to aim a little higher. I have Luke Riley winning. I think they're setting this up for Luke Riley to win. As you have Paddy fighting on the card. You have another Englishman being Conor McGregor. I think he's English as well, no? Yes, some English guys in the card. I think they want to boost him up. I think they want to get him acclimated to the UFC, show what he could do, and what a great card to do that as well. So I got Luke Riley winning for obvious reasons. Then you have Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Cody has not been the same fighter until the public has deemed him of having CTE, which we don't really know is true, but we know it's true, right? I think Cody's gonna win due to his experience and his overall fighting style. I mean, Cody Garbrandt was a state champion in wrestling in Ohio, which is a huge wrestling state. And then the year after that, he was actually a runner-up. He did have some time as a wrestler at the collegiate level, but then dropped out to pursue a career in the UFC, in MMA, I should say. He's been training with 16-ounce gloves, so he still has that power. Honestly, Cody Garbrandt is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Say what you want, say what you don't. I don't really give a fuck, but he's my favorite. Maybe some bias, but I do think he gets it done. I mean, Cody Garbrandt is looking for a comeback story, and this fight could definitely provide that to him. He is 35 years old. He did win his last fight this year. Did lose. I believe he lost the fight before that against Figueiredo, which is not a good result. And then, he was winning in 2023. And he is a former champion. Cody Garbrandt is. I have to give him the win, man. I mean, and then the next fight. This is where it starts to get interesting. Gable Stevenson. If you guys don't know who Gable, I don't even give a fuck who Elisha. I don't give a fuck about him, bro. Listen, this fight is about getting Gable Stevenson on a main card. Gable Stevenson has potential to be the greatest heavyweight in UFC history. And I'll tell you why. This guy's mentor is the GOAT. It's John Jones, right? John Jones. Not even only that, this guy has competed in the NFL, He's a gold medalist in the Olympics for wrestling. He also has time in the WWE, which really has nothing to do with UFC besides they're owned by the same company. But he is the overdog, obviously. But I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds to guess what his odds are. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. If you guys guessed minus 2,800, you'd be correct. This guy is the biggest overdog in UFC history. Yes, his odds are minus 2,800. I mean, if this guy loses, it has to be faked, right? Because those odds are absolutely insane. This guy doesn't even have a picture on Google for UFC. He's new. He's fresh. He's only 3-0. But guess what? This guy freaking fights. This guy is a fucking beast. Part of my French, not really. I don't give a fuck. But he's amazing. He's spectacular. Sorry, I'll get some Krispy Kreme for glazing, but like this guy's gonna win. I mean, I'm making a prediction video. My prediction is that he's gonna win. He's minus fucking 2,800. What do you expect? Next fight, we have Nikita Krylov versus Robert Whittaker. This is going to be a really good fight, right? As you can tell, because it's the last fight in the prelim card. Robert Whittaker, it's sad to see him move down to the prelim. This guy was a superstar, former UFC champion, one of the best middleweights of all time. Would have went down as potentially the best if it wasn't for Kamaru Usman, or maybe Robert Covington. But yeah, I'm going to take Whittaker on this one, just because his experience proves to be the defining factor for a lot of these fights. Not to take anything away from Nikita, but you know, Robert Whittaker does have something to prove. Robert Whittaker is given this fight to prove something, and that's what I believe he's going to go ahead and do. Great records from the both of them. Nikita 31-11, Robert Whittaker 27-9. Great records from the both of them. But I am gonna have to get to Robert Whittaker. This Aussie guy doesn't know how to freaking fight, man. All right, we're moving up in the world. What we got? First fight in the main card: King Green versus Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney finds his way into great fights, big fights. I don't know why, because McKinney finishes quick. McKinney gets in the fight, he empties out the tank, and it works out for him. Not always, right? As we can tell, because he's 19-9. King Green is kind of old. If we look at the comparisons, King Green's 39, Terrence McKinney's 31. Same height, same weight. McKinney has the reach. Not looking good for King Green. I would say if King Green can tire him out from Terrence McKinney emptying his tank in the earlier rounds, he has a chance. But he's 39. He's older, right? His stamina isn't as good as Terrence. That's why I have Terrence. I was originally going to take King Green to win, but I was convinced of Terrence McKinney's stature to win. Next fight: Brandon Royval versus Loner Gavana. This is going to be a good fight. All these fights in this card are going to be spectacular. I think let the hype train roll out, right? Brandon Royval is not anywhere near a bad opponent, right? This guy gave Tairo Tatsuya his first loss in the UFC. Had a crazy fight with Joshua Van, and who is the current UFC champion. But he's in that position where the UFC is going to use him as leverage and to say, hey, either you prove yourself against this up and coming great fighter, or you're going to be down to the ashes. So his back is kind of up against the wall, but I really do like the way that Lawler does fight in the UFC. When that hype train is going strong, it's hard to take it down. You gotta throw somebody big at him, as we've seen with Ilya losing to Justin Gaethje, right? You gotta throw somebody who knows what they're doing out there. I'm not saying Brandon Royval doesn't know what he's doing, but I just think Loiner's got this fight. So give me Loiner. If we look at the head-to-head stats for the matchup, Brandon is 6 years older, does have the height advantage, does have a slight reach advantage, but Loner is scrappy. He'll grapple you, take you down. He will work at the body, get you tired, put his weight on you. and I think that's what Lerner has to do. That's his path to winning, and I do see him doing that against Brandon. Scrappy guy Brandon is, but give me Lerner. All right, 3 more fights to go. Next one, Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. This is one I went back and forth with. Corey Sandhagen, 18-6. Mario Bautista, 17-3. Mario does have the better record. But if you look at who they competed against in their career in the Ultimate Fighter, you do have to give the upper hand to Corey Sandhagen. He does have the experience, i.e. fighting a higher caliber of fighters. Mario Bautista, a lot of people don't know this because it was so long ago. It was about 6 years ago. Mario did lose to Corey Sandhagen before. I think Corey Sandhagen made him tap out. Yeah, since that fight, Corey has faced a higher caliber of fighters, which I believe is for a reason. Both did lose to Umar Nurmagomedov in their second to last fight, which doesn't say much because, Umar is a great fighter. But with that being said, just because Corey Sandhagen has faced a higher caliber of opponents, I do have Corey Sandhagen beating Mario Bautista. All right, the final 2. Hey, I'm a big Paddy Pimblett guy. Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit St. Davis. It's going to be a good fight. Let me tell you why I think Paddy's going to win. Look at the matchup. Benoit has the age on him. Just by 1 year, doesn't really matter. 1 inch of height, don't really matter. Same weight, same reach. Even fight on paper. But here's what's going on in Paddy's head. He had a great fight with Justin Gaethje. He did lose, but he had a great fight with him, which granted Justin Gaethje to be able to fight Ilia Topuria at 250. In Paddy's head, he's better than Ilia. These guys have been having a back and forth Twitter beef. I'll put the video right there.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
In Paddy's head, he thinks he's better than Ilia. In Paddy's head, if he gets another chance at Gaethje, he beats him. If Paddy Pimblett loses this fight, he does not get a title shot. Paddy Pimblett wins this fight, he may very well get a title shot. Maybe his second to next fight. Benoit St. Davis is one of your Corey Sandhagens. He's one of your Robert Covingtons. He's one of your workup guys to get to where you want to get because he's a great fighter, but he doesn't beat the big guys. I think Paddy Pimblett's a big name in the sport, so for that reason, give me Paddy Pimblett. Decision? No, I think the fight ends. Chat. What y'all think? Y'all think the fight ends? If you're watching this on YouTube and not on the Twitch, let me know in the comments. Do y'all think Paddy Pimblett wins? All right, before we get into the Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway predictions, I want to ask you guys if you could please take a second to go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Anything you guys can do, trust me, is free. To do any of those things, just please take the kindness out of your heart to do so. I am on the quest. Me, as in Sinatra of the Global Sport Report, is on a quest to become the greatest sports analyst in all sports. If you could please take the time to support a young man's dream and make that happen, I really appreciate that. But let's get back to what's most important. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. When was the last time McGregor had a fight in the UFC? Going on 5 years ago, he fought Dustin Poirier. Max Holloway has been consistently active. 3 years old, younger than McGregor. Height advantage, no reach advantage. McGregor has 5 inches of reach on him. Now, I'm a big Conor McGregor fan, right? I love the guy. I used to love WWE when he was active consistently. But the guy cut promos and really got people's attention to the sport. He's responsible for that, right? The reason that there are so many UFC fans today, a large part of that within my age demographic has to do with Conor McGregor, right? We appreciate you, Conor, for everything you've done with the sport. That match versus Jose Aldo was sublime. Spectacular. He showed that he has that dog in him. Conor McGregor, for a long time, was the GOAT. He's coming back into UFC after 5 years. His last fight, he was 32 years old. 37 now. Fighting against the best boxer, debatably self-proclaimed by Max Holloway in the UFC. If Conor wants to win this fight, he needs to keep his distance. He needs to be patient. He needs to show that he has more stamina than Max Holloway. I hope you were running in that offseason in that break that you had for 5 years, Conor. Max Holloway's path to victory. You should start off hot. He needs to talk shit to McGregor to entice him to get into an exchange. When McGregor gets into an exchange, he loses. As we've seen evident by the last 2 Dustin Poirier fights, as we've seen evident by the fight against Diaz, Max Holloway needs to get into an exchange with Conor McGregor. If he does that, I think Max Holloway gets it done. Now, I've just discussed each fighter's path to victory. Each fighter being Conor McGregor and Max Holloway. So my prediction is based on who I think can get it done. And I'm going to go with the guy that's been more consistent in the league. I'm going to go with the guy that's been more consistent in UFC. And that's going to be Max Holloway. So with that being said, I think Max Holloway gets it done against McGregor. I really hope he doesn't knock him out. It'd be really sad to see, but it is a main event fight. It's going to go 5 rounds if it goes to decision. If McGregor gets knocked out for a third time, even though the last one was Dr. Stoppage, that's going to be sad. It's going to hurt the soul a little bit. But I do have Max Holloway beating Conor McGregor. All right, so let's do a round table on who we think is going to win. The fights this weekend, early prelims for the main card, we have Tracy Cortez versus Wayne Kong. Honestly, I don't know who Wayne Kong is. I'm just going to give it to Tracy Cortez. All right, Luke Riley over Kai Kamaka. We have Cody Garbrandt over Adrian Yanez. We have Gable Stevenson, biggest overdog in UFC history, favorite in UFC history, over Alicia Ellison. We have Robert Whittaker over Nikita. And then for the main card, we have Terrence McKinney over King Green, Larner Cavano over Brandon Royval, and then we have Corey Sandhagen over Mario Bautista, Paddypimblett over Benoit St. Denis, and then Max Holloway versus Conor McGregor, which is the only one I hope that I'm wrong about as a big McGregor fan. But yeah, guys, let me know if any of those picks you disagree with. It's going to be a great weekend. We also have the MLB All-Star Weekend coming up this weekend. We're going to try to get you guys a video about that after everything's said and done, like the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, just because, it's such a fun event and there's so much media stuff happening that I feel like we need to wait until that happens. All-Star Game is on Tuesday, so that's going to end. And I want to cover everything for you guys. I want to make its own video for it. So, yeah. That's our picks for the UFC 329 event. As I said, Sinatra is going on vacation for the first time in like 2 years, so I'm so excited about that. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Interact with the channels. Again, you can see Global Sport Report _ on Instagram. Again, that's Global Sport Report, and then an underscore after that on Instagram. But in everything else, it's just Global Sport Report. So YouTube, if you're watching on there, you already know. It's Global Sport Report. Twitch, Global Sport Report. No spaces. TikTok, Global Sport Report. And yeah, guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. Let me know who you guys think is going to win the fights this weekend at UFC 329. But yeah, that was my opinion on it. I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a great day, great night. Stay real. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Peace out, guys.